What is up?
How's everybody doing today? Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday.
It is Thursday.
Can you hear the mariachis in the background?
Not anymore. When you plugged in your
mic,
what's up, Jay Coco?
Suddenly fell silent.
Yeah, when you plugged in the mic, it went
What's up,
silent.
Jay Coco? And I appreciate you so much for all of your insight and help. Jay Coco's given me some secret recipes, so I might be cooking up some cool things for the stuff we're doing here in Honduras.
I gave you a recipe in general chat. You didn't see it?
I didn't see it.
That's crazy.
I haven't been connected to the internet at all.
You don't ever check it when people tag you, bro.
I haven't been connected to the internet all day.
It is so crazy.
It is pretty crazy. But let's see what's going
on.
Bro,
and that recipe is guaranteed to get you repeat customers. Guaranteed.
Oh, that is a good recipe. I know exactly what that's for. Well, it's a good one. It's a good one. All right. So happy Thursday to everybody. How was your day, Desert? What's going on? Anything new, exciting?
Cold and wet.
Well, I'm hot and dry and wet with sweat.
Yeah, we're having another blizzard, which will be over again by this weekend.
Sheesh.
It's so crazy. We didn't get no snow December, January. I think we got our first little snowfall in February. And then in the past 2 weeks, we've had more snow. Just each day, we've had more snow than we've had all year. It's crazy.
Yeah, I am going to bookmark this tweet I just saw because I think it's kind of spot on, maybe. So we'll talk about that. But I was just shocked. You know, when you see something and it like you saw it, you thought about it, but it didn't like hit, and then somebody else made the comment that I didn't make, and I was like, sheesh. They were way more aggressive than I was. So I'm going to have to talk about it. And I had a good interview with Claire, the community growth manager for Superbrick, which is just gotten a partnership with Sui. So I'm actually going to put some information out. They're going to have a ability to play their game for Superbrick on the 18th. So it'll be next Tuesday. I'll be traveling, but next Tuesday, you'll have an opportunity for up to 500 tether that you can win just for participating if you get into some of the higher levels of the leaderboard. And it only goes on for 24 hours. So on the 18th, I'll put some information about it, but check out Superbrick on Twitter. I think
that's the one we showed the other day, right? It says it's Super B, right? But it's called Superbrick.
Yep.
Okay.
I think it's a cool concept. I think it's going to be easy for like people of all ages to play, and it's kind of like that Super Smash Brothers type of gaming. I feel like party playing. So I think that's cool. Right. Could take off. It's going to be, I think, also one of the many names that'll be in the Sui Play. So everybody out there that's got the Sui Play or that's interested in play to earn gaming, it's probably something you should look at.
Right.
There we go. Beyond that, I don't know. I haven't been too connected to the internet today. The only thing that very early in the morning, I saw about this temple, this ancient pyramid in Indonesia that they're saying could be up to 27,000 years old, which is considerably older than all the other ones that we know about. I mean, even the there's one that I think about all the time, and I can't. It doesn't come to my brain right now. But the Sumerians? Yeah, the Sumerian pyramids are really only like I think 12,000 years old.
That one I don't know about.
Yeah, they're a little bit.
I don't know.
You know, they're up there, but I just think it's pretty crazy. You know. Yeah. I love that stuff. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's I think it's cool, ancient history and everything like that. I like the meme. I think the meme is hilarious. How many times a day do you think about the Roman Empire? Right.
Yeah, fair. Right.
But,
But all right, so let's go into the two things. I think you should hit yours first, and then I'll put mine on, and then we'll go into market update.
all right, we can do that.
Also, if you give me a script exactly how you say it, I can read it and then do the same thing if you want. As well.
I don't.
Or
I
vice
just wing
versa.
it.
I know, but you do it well. You cover all of the points every time.
I need to do some kind of, or we could just pull this. We could pull it right now. So, all right, everybody. So, as you know, JPEG bosses are going to be reopening their mint at the end of this month. This is your chance to get into a new style of investing. It is going to be the future of group investing. All right, maybe not the future of group investing, but what it picking up a JPEG boss is going to put you in the JPEG boss DAO. That 50% of all mint funds are going to go into a community wallet that is going to be controlled by the community. All investments and everything will be approved by the community, and the rewards from those investments will be going back to active members in the community. It's only going to be 99 ADA. We got the relaunch. There's still several. I want to say there's still 16 one-of-ones, not to mention our partner traits. We got the Angel Wing background where we do a payout of our Angel distribution every month. You got bank, you got risk, you got inmates, and you got Hops on Cardano. Those all come with a 33% rebate. So essentially 33 ADA, and that rebate will be in the form of their native token. So they all have tokens, and that's the token that you'll get. And that's really about it. Opening this month. That's not a good one. Let's not cut that one. I'll come up with a script.
No. It's like most of the time it's just like it rolls, you know what I mean? It hits.
I think I was trying too hard.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Maybe we'll grab one of the old ones and we'll throw it on there and we'll see.
There we go.
We'll funk it up. But this one is so easy now. Don't even have to think about it. It's crazy. Well, let's see if I can even find it. What did I do? There we go. Join us at Rare Evo, the top blockchain conference, August 6th through 10th. Join us at Rare Evo, the top blockchain conference, August 6th through 10th, 2025. At Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas. The top blockchain projects like Algorand, Midnight, HBAR, ICP, Thorchain, and Igon, and many more are going to be there. This is definitely a must for blockchain enthusiasts and fans. Use discount code CryptoNightly to save on your tickets and to support the channel. Don't miss it. We can't wait to see you there. It's going to be a blast.
Yep. And
there we go.
Definitely going to be a blast.
Can't wait. Cannot wait to see you guys there. I mean it. All right. Let's get into market update. See what's going on. Am I poor or am I rich? Can I laugh at my parents for saying I was stupid, or am I still going to have to just not return their calls?
I would hold off on any laughter.
Okay.
That's what I would hold off.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't. I dropped the ball. I switched it on the other side, but I didn't over here. So let's go right there. All right. So as you can see, let's get the freshest data. And instead of John laughing at his parents, he might be crying to his wife saying he was sorry, because we are down another 3.8%, coming in at $2.746 trillion. Even lower volume on this Thursday. That's why nothing seems to be pumping. We got Bitcoin dominance coming in at 58.7, Ethereum at 8.2, and still no way to send to ETH transaction. It looks like we're getting a little bit of a pump out of Bitcoin in the past hour. We're up 0.5, But we're coming in at 81,242, down almost 3% on the day. Ethereum at 1869, down 1.9. XRP at 226, up 0.6. BNB at 580, up 1.9. Solana at 123, down 1.7. We got Cardano at 70.26, down 4%. Dogecoin at 1661, down 3.2. Tron is up 22.59, up 1.3. And SWI is back into 22 at 218, down 4.4%. Let's see what our biggest gainers are on the day. Sonic is up 7.2. Trump is up 5.7. Stellar's up 4.4. Ton up 1.9. And then it really just tapers off from there. Just really ones and less than 1%. So let's look at the biggest losers. Story IP down 8.4. Athena down 7.8. Movement down 8.2. Bitcoin Cash down 7.5. We got Aave down 6. We got BitTensor down 6. Hedera down 5. Ondo down 5. Hyperliquid down 4. So definitely a lot more red than green, obviously, because the market's down 3.8%. So today, and we got some relatively good news today, right? So we had core PPI coming at negative 0.1% with a forecast of 0.3. We have regular PPI coming in at flat at 0 with a forecast of 0.3. So this is still good because this is still a softening of the market, which is good when it comes to rate cuts. So now we've had a softening in CPI. We have a softening in the PPI. But unemployment claims dropped to 220,000, coming in under expectations of 226. While it's good that the claims are down as far as people having jobs, it is not good because that means not a lot of people out of work. And I still find this number really skeptical when they say unemployment claims, because you can't claim unemployment forever. It's what, 3 months, 6 months, something like that. So it's like, how many of these people, that aren't counted, huh?
Let me make a comment on this just because I want to complain. So I tried to claim unemployment, but they wouldn't give me unemployment because technically I still worked, right? I was furloughed. So I wasn't fired. I just wasn't getting paid either. So I couldn't claim unemployment.
Yeah, that's a nasty little trick by the company. They did that to you on purpose so they didn't have to pay out unemployment benefits. That's probably what crazy? It sounds like.
I was like, whoa. Well, I did it, and they were like, well, you're not unemployed. I was like, what do you mean I'm not unemployed? I'm not getting paid. Anyways, that was then. This is now, things are different, so it's okay. But that's what I always think of. And the numbers, I'm always really skeptical about the numbers because really, like, they play with the numbers so much. There was I remember that there was I can't remember what the specific thing was, but I'm pretty sure it was unemployment that they'd said it had gone down because people were having 3 and 4 jobs and they were claiming each one of those individually as like added jobs. That was on the jobs, probably not unemployment, but you know what I'm saying? I think that they put the numbers so much. I think that
it was I think it was, you're talking about the Biden administration. I believe it was the non-farm payroll, and they claimed to have added X amount of jobs, but it was like really like 1 million less jobs than what they said. Is that what you're talking about?
No, but that happened too. They had to revise it after the fact. But the thing is that they will say whatever to make the market do what they want, and then they'll just like walk it back later. And then people already forgot about it. So it's like they'll wait long enough.
It's like the old saying, a lie makes it halfway around the world before the truth can make it. That's not right. It's like in media, you know, when they print something, they print a salacious headline. That thing will make it halfway around the world before a correction comes out, and then the correction won't even make it out of the city, you know,
Yeah.
that type of
And
thing.
here's a bash on CNBC, Fox, all those news channels. Late night news is where most people watch them. They will
Right.
straight up say things, and then when they walk them back on the like earliest daytime show. So they
Right.
correct it when everybody's not watching. Yeah.
Right.
Anyways.
That is true. But let's look at the actual market. Let's see.
Is that a double top? See?
Well,
hope not.
This is on the 5-minute. I was watching this cup and handle, and it was getting ready to play out, but there's like no volume in the market, and it just hit its head right on the 200 and started coming back down. It still could break out, but I'm just watching it right now. So this is what, SWE? Yeah. So this is SWE. I'm kind of watching this, but there's just no volume. There's no, you guys seen, we only got 106 billion in volume, which is super low. And when there's low volume, whoever is in control is able to push it that way faster. So like if it's low volume and there's a lot of bears, it's able to push to the downside faster. Or if some big buys come in from the whales, it's able to push it up faster, you know. So that's the thing about low volume, is really, really volatile. But let's take a look at Bitcoin. I was also watching this. A Bitcoin can't seem to get back above the 5-minute on the 200, which is bearish. I mean, I do think it'll probably eventually get back up there. Well, I mean, obviously it'll eventually get back up there, but in the short term, it'll get back up there. Just kind of a waiting game right now. So I've been watching that also. Let's go out to the daily, though, on Bitcoin. Major. So we got rejected heavy from the daily 200. And we didn't even look at this yesterday. Oh, no, this is just printed yesterday. So we got back above yesterday. And then this is actually today's candle up until about an hour and 20 minutes ago. And we started off above it, but then had that major rejection earlier and printed a massive engulfing red candle. When we come down, money flow is still flat going to the upside, though. Momentum's still going to the upside. VWAP is coming down a little bit, but it's nice and flat. Kind of expecting something like this. If it does go into the negative, just kind of coming back up, because the move up was so shallow. You know, see all these got spikes on them. Boom, boom, you know. And this one just kind of went up and just started going sideways immediately. So doesn't seem like it has a lot of strength behind it. But we definitely are hitting major resistance on Bitcoin. Boom. As you can see, last night, major rejection again from 84,000. So that's like one, you know, these didn't quite make it 2, 3. That's the third rejection. And now we're well below the 21. We do still have the momentum coming up. What's up, Blocky? Momentum wave is still on the upswing for the hour. Money flow starting to move to the upside, but your VWAP is rounding down. And we just can't seem to get above this 84,000. That's why I think when we do finally break 84,000, it's going to be a massive move. When we can finally get up and plant some candles above this and take off, you know, reclaim this 200 MA, that it is going to be a massive move. We'll probably blow right through 86, right back up to 89 would be my opinion on that. So, but like I said, we need to get above 84 first. And until we can get above 84, 78's in the cards, everything to the downside is in the cards until we can get back and reclaim this $84,000 level, you know. And the major thing is reclaiming the 200 MA right here. But bullish div is still playing out, has not been negated yet. So even with that engulfing candlestick today, it has not been played out or negated. Let's go back to SWE. So SWE on the daily, we are, I mean, obviously we're below the 200. We got the bear cross on the 21. We're getting ready to have a death cross where the 50 crosses the 200, right? We do have the green dot. We do have money flow going to the upside a little bit. Same VWAP kind of rolled over coming down, but the money flow has turned. You got the big green dot. You got the momentum coming to the upside. And we are flattening out at the bottom. But the question is, are we just creating a bear flag? Is this what we're doing? You know what I mean? Are we just flagging out?
I did not see that accident. Probably on Twitter.
What?
No, Blocky's asking if we saw the accident, which he might have
Accident? What accident?
posted it. Not sure. That's why I'm gonna see if I can find it. Let's see.
No, we haven't. Oh, go to his YouTube.
Oh, YouTube.
Go to his Twitter or his YouTube. So, I mean, we could be just printing this freaking bear flag right here and getting ready for another leg down. And unfortunately, for SWE, that would take us down to $1.50. But what an amazing opportunity that would be. I don't think that's what's going to happen. I know we should never use, I don't think, I feel, all that. You don't use those words in trading. But it seems like we're kind of flattening out, because if we go to a lower time frame, bring it in, as you can see, we're coming down, boom, boom, and we're just kind of flattening out. Maybe we'll luck out, get some kind of like Bart Simpson pattern back to the upside. But with SWE, 229 is the key resistance. With Bitcoin, 84,000 is the key resistance. Then we come to Cardano, same story. I mean, all these coins are in the same pattern right now. They're all in the same situation. They're all below key levels of support, and it's not different for Cardano. Cardano's is 74. As you can see, we just can't get above it. We just keep riding it. Cannot get above 74. So I think once we break this 74, it should be a quick move back to 81. And then we start working our way back up to 99. We start, once we clear 101 or 81, then we'll look at some other levels. It looks like 87. 87, you got that high volume node right there. You got a lot of action right here. You got a lot of action right here. So XRP, same thing. Boom. And with it, it's 234. We can't seem to get back above. We are also fighting with this 223 level. We have been able to get above it. We just need to maintain it now. On the 1 hour, we're fighting with the 21. Obviously, we got the 200 above us. We do got a nice green dot, little trigger wave down there. As you can see, come down, boom, VWAP to the upside, nice little trigger wave on the momentum, and we got the money flow curving back to the upside. The problem is we have to get above these levels right here. Obviously we have to stay above 223, but we need to get back above the 1 hour 200 to continue to the upside. Let's see how the 5 minutes doing. We've been
Blocky, I
battling
saw it. Absolutely nuts. Crazy.
How long? We can play it.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me get through this real quick. We'll play it. We've been fighting with the 5 minute since early this morning. We lost it. Boom. Can't get above it. Every time we get above it, we wick back down. We've come back down to the 200. So the hopium is we've bounced off the 21 it's starting to turn. We get above the 200, the 21 crosses, and then we get a situation like the trade we showed you live last night. That is, like the ultimate setup. You cross the 21, the 200, you open a long with the stop loss right below the 200. And once again, like I said last night, it's not 100% of the time. It's not going to happen all the time. But when it moves, and you mitigate your loss by putting your stop loss right below it. But this to me looks like it's getting ready to set up for the perfect entry like we had last night. If this goes like it should, we'll get this pump above the 200. It'll come up. It's going to pull the 21 with it. Probably going to stall. So let's see here. So say the 200 comes like this, right? We're going to get that pump above it. We're going to stall as the 21 comes up, get that retest of the 200 and the 21, and then off to the races, pretty much like that soul trade that we did last night. We did live last night. So
crazy.
Get rid of all that. But that's what I'm seeing. I lost like 5 trades today. I'm not even going to lie. I lost like 5 in a row. One of them was because I was so busy at work, I wasn't able to stay on top of it. And a couple of them, I just got wicked out, but keep your losses small and your wins big. And that's all that matters.
Absolutely.
So, that's all right. I have for tonight. We're just in a waiting.
We're like in a holding pattern.
Yeah.
All right. So this is like right before the moment. So the rest of it was just showing a little bit of driving, right? And then this is his dash cam.
Damn.
My Lord.
Yeah, at this moment, my adrenaline is pumping. I'm not really sure what the hell just happened. I pull over to the side and I call 911. Right before they hit, when she switched into the second lane, I actually was speeding up to go around them. So I'm really glad that I just didn't put the hammer down and try to get past them, before the accident happened. I would have never known, until I saw it. But yeah, that's it.
Yeah, dude, it was actually crazy.
Wow.
Right? Absolutely nuts.
Okay, this is the video.
It's a good thing you didn't get hurt. It's also a good thing you were there to be able to pull her out of the car, man. Absolutely.
I mean, it looks like it was whoever the driver of the car was at fault. It kind of what it looked like. They went to switch lanes and
weren't looking. 100%. 100%. All right, so this is the tweet that I was referring to earlier, but we'll start with this one. So Zuru, first of all, love Zuru. I think he's great. He's definitely a very strong character, personality inside of the Omen community. Super cool dude, but he's very opinionated and very loud with his opinions. And so I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Shout out to Zuru. Do like him. Definitely think you should follow him. But so he said, sad to see, but it's a business decision made because Cardano lack of adoption. Building something that is meant for larger usage on chain with very little participation compared to others hurts builders who want and love Cardano. Money runs out. So this is his response to Axo. Axo has decided that they will cease operations on Cardano and they will begin this journey in September 2021. Oh, they talk about sorry to say with a heavy heart, all that BS that they say every time that they actually basically rug a project. And then so we had, I lost it. I thought it would just go back to it. But so Dr. Nav, right? He says, love the Omen team, but this is a bad take in my opinion. When a project races 8 million ADA and shuts down about a year later, that has nothing to do with lack of adoption. It's about lack of business management and mismanagement of funds. There is no way $8 million being spent on development work in 1 year unless you have ill intentions. It could have been ahead of its time, but it doesn't seem like they tried hard enough. Right?
Well, never attribute malice to something that can be explained by stupidity.
Yeah. But
You know what I
I
mean?
thought
So-
that this was a better take because, I mean,
Yeah.
$8 million spent in 1 year is a lot of money.
Well,
for
8
building.
million ADA, right?
Yes.
Not
I mean,
$8
they could
million
have spent it.
dollars.
You're right. They could have
But
spent it.
still,
when
that's
it
a
was
couple
rising
million
now.
bucks. I mean,
Yeah.
even if it was at the low when they raised it, it would have been a couple million bucks. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty interesting. I liked this exchange. I thought it
this
was
is the exchange that Cardano Thor was getting dragged over, right?
yeah, well, probably because he did work for them and he wasn't like doing the show as much or anything. And he
Right.
was their ambassador and worked on the team.
Right. So they've been plagued. They've been plagued by controversy for the entire time.
Yes, pretty much. And then I also want to say I saw this. This was cool. The SEC acknowledged the filing to permit staking for both Fidelity and Franklin Spot ETH ETF. This is bullish. We like it. More staked ETH is better for the ecosystem of Ether. But I wouldn't say that. I don't know. I think that of altcoins, I'm not the most bullish on Ethereum. Not to say that Ethereum hasn't done some awesome things and that it's not like a very valuable project. I think it is. I just think that the majority of activity that retail and other people are going to do is going to be on a layer 2 on top of Ethereum. So obviously you still need Ethereum, but I think there's a lot of other opportunities that exist because of Ethereum, right? So that's
and Ethereum is like the institutional grade.
Yeah. I'm not going to spend $100 when I send $140 to somebody.
Right.
I'm sorry. And I remember getting charged $60 to $70 to send $15 to myself.
Right.
And I didn't pay it. Right. So
when I first got into crypto and I was in NFTs on Ethereum before I came to Cardano, I'll tell you what, it was expensive. Expensive.
Right. Super expensive. ETH, I just hate anytime I have to use it, period. I like the layer 2s. They're fine.
Right.
I do want to cover this, right? So I've said many, many a time that I want us to get more into looking at some of the TradFi stuff. And we kind of like do, but a lot of times it's boring. This just caught my eye, so I was going to talk about it. But so here is the narrative. Trump and Senate Republicans failed to solve U.S. debt ceiling problem. And so I love this title, and I love the narrative that's being spun here because it doesn't make sense. And the reason I feel like it doesn't make sense is because there's always this debt ceiling standoff. There's always this, some people think it's bad, some people don't want to do it, but then in the end, they always decide that they're going to raise it and print more money. And then so like people that watch the news every day, I'm not going to name anyone in particular, Dad, but they see these things in the news and they're like, oh my goodness, this is the worst thing that could ever happen. This is very dramatic. This political turmoil. This is a bad thing, but it's really just, well,
it's not that right there is not journalism. That is partisanship, because that title should not say Trump and Senate Republicans fail to solve U.S. debt ceiling. It should say that Congress fails, the president and Congress or something like that. So that it's salatialism. When I see a title like that, I just scroll right past it.
No, 100%. But the point that I wanted to make is just like, there isn't a problem to be solved. Nobody has thus far tried to solve the debt ceiling problem. We don't end in a surplus, since it was only Andrew Jackson and Bill Clinton that we've ever had a surplus. Literally all they do is they run out of money and they say, okay, what are we going to do now?
Right.
And then they like pretend to fight each other for like a few days. And then some people go home and spend time with their families. And then they come back and they decide, hey, we're going to print more money. So this is bullish for crypto. Because if they print more money comes into crypto, price goes up. What's up, Hybrid Family? Big shout out to Hybrid Family. So I thought this was interesting. And then we were talking about tariffs, and all of the TradFi news people say that everything that is wrong in the market has everything to do with tariffs. So I think it's interesting to like, I wanted to read this, so I read it. But Trump's tariffs live updates. Trump threatens 200% tariffs on EU wines and champagnes, says he won't bend in the fight. So here's kind of a breakdown of some of the tariff war stuff. Steel and aluminum, a 25% U.S. tariff on imports of steel and aluminum from all other countries took effect on Wednesday, March 12th. Trump threatened to raise the tariff to 50% for Canadian imports of the metals, but reconsidered after Canada suspended a new tax on the U.S.-bound electricity, and the countries made new plans for new trade talks.
Even that statement right there is disingenuous. Look at the wording. Canada suspended a new tax on U.S.-bound electricity. No. They didn't try to add a tax. Why didn't they use the word tariff?
Yeah, tariff. They should have kept it as tariff.
Right, a 25% tariff.
Yep. And this was part of the back and forth that's been going on. The EU responded to those metal duties with counter tariffs of $28 billion in U.S. goods from April, bringing Trump's trade war across the Atlantic. Trump has threatened targeted tariffs on the bloc of European countries, and he vowed that all of those counter tariffs, most notably on Thursday, he threatened a 200% tariff on wine, champagne, and alcoholic products in the EU if they did not remove the tariff on imported U.S. whiskey. And I think that's fair.
Right.
Because it's basically alcohol for alcohol. We can make all the alcohols here, but I will say I would be sad because I do like certain wines from over there. So sorry. I would be hurt by this. So please chill out, guys.
You live in Honduras.
Yeah. Well, I'm aware. Well, like I like certain wines from certain places, so it's a whole thing.
But you wouldn't be affected in Honduras.
You're right. If I was here, but I'm going back to the States. You know what I'm saying? I need my $12 bottle of a specific wine. It's Bogle. If anybody knows Bogle is a good bottle of wine. $12, man. And I like that. I wanted to stay that way. Canada retailers on Wednesday. Let's see. Canada and Mexico, Trump's 25% across the board tariffs on the U.S. neighbors went into effect on Tuesday, March 4th. Just 2 days later, Trump confirmed the U.S. would pause tariffs on goods and services compliant with the U.S. state Mexico-Canada agreement until April 2nd. For its part, Canada retaliated Wednesday to the steel and aluminum tariffs with new tariffs on about 20 billion of U.S. goods. China, Trump has enacted a new blanket tariff of around 20% on the top of existing 10% duties that went into place during Trump's first term. China has responded with up to 15% duty on U.S. farm goods such as chicken and pork to start on Monday. And they actually put out a statement. They said that they're going to buy their farm goods from Canada and Mexico instead. So there's a lot of tit for tat going on here, but this is a whole lot of wish-wash, pish-posh. We have to see how it actually pans out.
Right.
Yeah. I just thought it was interesting. This is what the news talks about. Right? This is what they care about. I just don't care. Ulta Beauty jumps on earnings beat that signals strong demand. Of course, no matter how bad the economy is, people still want to spend $60, $70 on beauty products that they go through in a couple of weeks. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
That and alcohol.
Yep. Well, yeah. Agree. So this is back to crypto, outside of the TradFi world, but Hyperliquid ups its margin requirements after a $4 million liquidation loss. The exchange liquidity pool, HLP, suffered a $4 million loss while unwinding a roughly $200 million liquidated trade on March 12th. Hyperliquid is a perpetuals that allows you to use leverage with like a really relatively smaller amount of margin. And
Well, it's hype. We see it in the top gainers and losers every day.
Yep. And so I thought this was an interesting thing. Of course, like if you're a protocol, you can't be taking losses like that. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, this makes sense.
Something happened. What does that say? While unwinding roughly 2 million liquidated. Something happened. Man, I just caught a headline. It was somebody was able to, it was like a $50 million trade, and they were able to take some money before getting liquid. Never mind. I don't remember. I don't want to.
Yeah. But no, this is the protocol where it happened on. They're getting a lot of activity here. TradFi is using Hyperliquid. So this is definitely something they're trying to rein in. I thought it was interesting. This is cool. But they had to increase their margin requirements. $4 million loss when you're a business is not great.
Right.
But they're still going. I'm sure that 4 million is a drop in a bucket, but was just kind of like cold water. Woke them up for sure. All right. So the Senate passes the stablecoin bill out of committee with strong bipartisan support. The bill sponsors, they say they intend for the Genius Act to receive a full vote on the Senate floor by the end of next month. Let's see if we can get the particulars real quick. No, this is just people patting themselves on the back about it.
You did good. No, you did good.
Yeah, exactly. This is all that's going on here. Who are we trying to protect? The child pornographers in Iran and North Korea? Warren said at one point. Oh my God. My goodness gravy. Elizabeth Warren. Oh my gosh. I'm sure she really went on her soapbox. I'm sure she knows a whole lot about technology. And here's like the thing. Here's the thing that really bothers me about a lot of people talking about blockchain and crypto as being like a certain way. I want to explain something very simple. Look, and we're gonna get personal here. So the internet is kind of like a metal cable that connects every single person. Okay? If one malicious actor connects electrical current to that cable, it can shock and affect every single person that is connected to that network. Okay. Blockchain has air gaps in the way that information is transferred. So it would be like if that metal cable was actually like cut into pieces, like there were air spaces in between there. And in between every space, both parties have to agree that this information is okay for them to transfer to the other.
Right.
So what this allows is that you can no longer be malicious and hurt the entire system at one time. If I have a bunch of things on my computer, a lot of my data and information, and it is all on the blockchain, it is much more difficult for somebody to infect my computer and all the computers that I have, because there is that gap that they have to get my approval or consent in order to cross over that gap. So this is technologically innovative, impressive, and good for data security and privacy in general. So blockchain and crypto have very important use cases. Encryption of our information is privacy and protection from bad actors, and we need that. So there's my soapbox. I think crypto's cool. Lots of cool things are happening. It is just the innovation of the internet. Boom.
You have to take into account also that Elizabeth Warren just recently said that she did not want stable coins and stuff like that in banks because then Elon would steal all your money.
Yeah. Well, the banks
That's not exact
already
quote.
steal
That's a
all your,
paraphrase, but yeah.
the
So,
banks already steal all your money. It's crazy.
right.
You put in $100, they lend out 1,000. Where did that $900 come from?
Right.
Start thinking about it. So now if 2% of all the people in a bank go to withdraw their deposit, the bank's going to shut down. They don't have that much liquid money because they've just over leveraged everybody else's money. They give you 0.25%, 0.025%, but they charge you how much on loans? Right. And it's not even money that they have.
Right.
So,
Right.
Anyways, what do I know? I'm just a guy, I'm just some guy that talks on the internet, doesn't know anything about anything. Okay, so this crypto gaming Dead Drop was one of the most hyped games.
Are you gonna show it?
Yeah, I'll pull it up.
Oh no, wait a minute. It says remove.
Oh, there we
There you
go. Okay. So yeah. After Dr. Disrespect's studio closed. So game players claim refunds after Dr. Disrespect's studio closed. After Dead Drop's cancellation amid Midnight Society's demise, early buyers are successfully securing refunds for the unfinished game. This was actually one of the most hyped games, period. They're not saying what I wanted them to say, but there was... I want to see if there's another reason. Development hadn't skipped a beat and claimed fully featured game would be released fall 2025. This planned launch would have included the Season 0 Battle Pass that Tower Key buyers were anticipating. Just over 3 months after terminating its relationship with Midnight Society, confirmed last September that significant layoffs took place after the news spread. Ex-employees' social media accounts, but a leaner team wasn't enough to save the studio. With Midnight Society officially shutting down 4 months later, leading to Dead Drop being discontinued. Okay, so this is kind of interesting. What I was going to say here, what I was interested in, is there was a bunch of drama around Dr. Disrespect.
Yep.
And so, he may or may not have had some conversations that were inappropriate with people that were not even close to 18. And so that was the whole drama there. So I'm sure that this also has something to do with all this stuff going on. Yeah, but I wanted to talk about that because that game was very hyped, very big. Ethereum pushes back the Pectra upgrade to conduct third testnet. Hoodie. An upgrade that aims to bring more functionality to Ethereum wallets will be delayed until at least April. Ethereum core developers have decided to create a third testnet, Hoodie, to better prepare for the Pectra upgrade. Basically, they want to make sure that when they launch it, it doesn't fail. So this is interesting that they pushed it off. Ethereum has been working really, really hard to accept and do as many improvement proposals as possible because Ethereum has fallen behind, right? They were ahead of their time at the beginning, and then everybody was like, oh, we see what you did there. Now we'll do it better. And so a lot of people have done things without having to have the same pains that Ethereum has. It's kind of like the first mover advantage curse.
Right.
And then so that's the whole thing. Yeah.
There's a lot of first movers that are no longer around. Especially when
4%.
Especially when it comes to technology. I mean, AOL. I mean, I guess AOL's still around, but it's not really a thing. Netscape still around, not really a thing. There's several things like that. Just because you're a first mover doesn't mean you're going to be there forever.
Hybrid family, but Coinbase gives you 5.5 on your USDC. But PayPal, shout out to PayPal. They are doing better than banks as well. I'm sure. Well, PayPal has all kinds of different ways of generating revenue as well. So it's different from how a bank generates revenue to an extent, but I'm sure they have a lot of the same kinds of schemes going on in the background as well. Also, remember when the truckers in Canada were protesting, PayPal did something where they changed their rules of their privacy rules and the rules of using PayPal. If you say something that they consider misinformation,
Yep.
they can debit. It was like a $3,500 fine from your account, or they could freeze your account. And so you have to remember that PayPal is not for freedom of speech. PayPal also, there is no clarity on what is actually misinformation, because you could say anything and they could claim that they believe it's misinformation,
Right.
and take your money, or freeze your money. So it's something to keep in mind. PayPal.
Another one like that is GoFundMe. You should not be using GoFundMe. You should be using Give, Send, Go, because GoFundMe was doing the same thing. You know, they were stopping people from raising money. If you were like, it's part of the whole debanking thing that was going on.
Yeah, there we go. And yes, hybrid family, I totally agree. PayPal is one small step removed from TradFi.
Right.
100%. I just wanted to put that out there. I want everybody to be aware. These are some of the things that we are working actively against by being a part of the crypto economy and ecosystem. So, yeah.
I would also like to interject real quick that Bitcoin and XRP may be playing out that trade model as we speak.
You do need a Coinbase card, but also hybrid family, you need to check on our channel right now and watch the interview about MetaMask consensus and all of that. The MetaMask MasterCard is not like a centralized exchange card, and it works 100% with just your wallet, and it can be any of the chains that are used on your MetaMask. You also get benefits and rewards. There's embedded staking and different kinds of like crypto back rewards for using the MetaMask MasterCard. So definitely check that out. I think that is probably going to be one of the coolest things that comes out, period. So check it out for sure. Watch the interview. Interview is really good. Lots of information there. This, I kind of wanted to poo-poo on this article a little bit. So Matt DeSalvo, if I ever meet you in real life, I'm sorry. I had to poo-poo on this article a little bit because it's basic. This is so basic, girl. Honey, this is basic. Okay, so this article says Bitcoin DeFi could unlock billions in Bitcoin liquidity. Binance report. So DeFi on Bitcoin is coming around. People are getting real excited about it, and they keep saying these things like, now we got trillions of dollars of Bitcoin liquidity in our ecosystem because this, that, and the other. I don't believe it. I don't believe that there are that many people. I don't think that there are trillions of dollars worth of people in Bitcoin that have just been sitting on and holding their Bitcoin and hodling their Bitcoin over multiple cycles that are going to see DeFi, which is basically like a different kind of scheme, right?
Right.
Now, since I haven't moved my Bitcoin for X amount of time, I'm going to now trust my Bitcoin with these third parties or these other protocols and things that I'm not familiar with. I don't believe that it's going to work like that. This has been the same kind of criticism we've had for different things. I'm not going to name it, but there's some different protocols that are coming up on the Cardano ecosystem and that are interacting with some of the EVM ecosystems that are saying this unlocks DeFi on Bitcoin DeFi, right? And it's hard to quantify how much of that money that is locked up is still actually like actively moving around, and like how much of that is actually going to flow into whatever ecosystem you're saying, well, now all that money's going to come here. Is it though? Is it going to come here?
No,
How
it's
do you
not.
know?
They say that because it's like, like we need to get our product in to the European Union because now we'll have access to $10 trillion in GDP of the combined states. Well, you'll have access to it, but it doesn't mean it's gonna come in. You know what I mean? So like,
100%.
there's like, there's $2 trillion in liquidity, but I mean, probably 70% of that is in a wallet somewhere, and people aren't spending their Bitcoin. Retail is spending their Bitcoin. Institutions would love to hedge a bet on their Bitcoin, but I bet Max Kaiser isn't going to start using his Bitcoin for DeFi or all of these, Bitcoin whales. I highly doubt they're going to start connecting their wallet to a third party. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, let's be real here, guys. How many of you that are watching us right now have 10 Bitcoin? Just let us know in the chat.
None.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. And then, like, let me say, like, you're gonna tell me that you have 10 Bitcoin, and now you're gonna connect that wallet to a protocol that says it'll make you more money on that Bitcoin. Send me 1 Bitcoin, and I'll send you back 2.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
We'll put the address on the screen at the end of the screen.
There we go. Send to that address right there. You send me 1, I send you 2. Just kidding. Nobody send me any Bitcoin because allegedly now with Tokyo Pay and some of these other wallets, if you have 1 Cardano address, you can send the Bitcoin to that. So my address.
I mean, that's cool. That's that's an advantage of the EU TXO model. So that I really dig, to have 1 address to send multiple assets,
Yes. And I hope it becomes all of them because the UTXO model probably could do that. Just because of the way that their accounting model is different.
Right.
You could basically like print or like mint a unique like chain specific NFT wallet, right? Which automatically takes that and represents it for you. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. But Doge, this is a good one because we hate the IRS. And if you don't hate the IRS, it's because you don't understand. They suck. They're terrible.
Or you don't pay taxes.
Or you don't pay taxes, right? That's probably what it is. But anyways, Doge proposes slashing Internal Revenue Service staff by 20%. And here's the thing, okay? Most of the time, a lot of people, they go to H&R Block, they use Rocket Tax and like a couple of these other things where they do your taxes for you. And it's because when you go through the tax forms and paper, there's so many different things. It's a headache. It's hard to understand. It's big. Meanwhile, you go to some of these other countries that are smaller than us. They give you a half-page sheet that tells you everything your taxes are going for and how much you specifically owe, right? And that's it. You just check it off, right? You can probably like go appeal if you have a complaint. But for the most part, it's like a half sheet of paper. This is everything that you owe. This is all the stuff done. You just sign, send a check, right? Or like log into a portal and you're done. And the thing is, the IRS knows how much taxes you owe them. And you have to go figure it out. They don't just tell you.
Well, to Steelman.
Oh, come on. Steelman.
The argument against that is that, yes, unless it's like a cash payment or something like that, I mean, the IRS knows what you make. But a lot of our tax paperwork is about finding tax credits. Like when I do my taxes and I'm
Mhm.
going, it takes me, 30 seconds to enter all my income. And then like another hour answering questions about whether or not I'm going to get certain tax credits.
Yeah. I'm just saying
so
it should be easier.
it is. We have
can
a very complicated tax system for sure. For sure.
I say we can get rid of 50% of the IRS people and invest all of that resources into just making a super easy to use portal that has an AI. So you just scan papers to it and it just, oh, I got you, babe. Takes care of it. We can even use the Grok voice, the salacious one that they have, the sexy voice, right?
I tried to download Grok. It's not available for Android yet.
Oh,
I don't.
That's funny.
No. Yeah, it said coming soon in the Play Store.
That's hilarious because I have both an iPhone and a Samsung. And one day I was on my iPhone and I was like, oh, I'm going to download Grok. And then I was like on my Samsung, I was like, damn, Grok's not here. And then I tried to download it and then I just stopped looking. But the fact that you say that it doesn't let you do it, I believe it.
Well, It says coming soon. I can install it. But it's not available yet, I guess. It says coming soon.
What's up, Crypto Jesus? Thank you for joining us. We're getting here to the end. We're done. But I say let's get rid of the IRS. Defund the IRS. Let's make a really smooth, clean portal. Let me log in. Shoot me a text when I need to check it, right? Or just ask me questions throughout the year at different periods of time that I can answer. Or if I don't answer them, they all stack up for right before tax time. I answer them and then it's done. You know what I mean? Don't make me do all this wish-wash, pish-posh. And let me connect all my cards to it. Let me connect all my bank accounts to it. Let me connect all of my digital payments to it. And then you just tell me, just tell me,
Well, I'm good with all that.
You said you don't want
the government has enough of my information without me just voluntarily connecting all my accounts to some federal
I'm saying that if you know what I mean, that's basically what you're you're
I know
doing.
I know what you're getting at. I know what you mean. But
make it easy. I'm gonna debank myself in my lifetime. Right.
Yeah.
So while I'm not debanked, just make it easy. Let me be a part of the system. Make it easy. You know what I mean? Just govern me, daddy. Gosh.
Govern me harder. Before what the CRA wants to force Canadians to let them do taxes for us. Wow.
But we're fighting against it. And yeah, just tell me what I owe. 100%. But anyways, that's my point. I'm done here. This is what we got.
Well, I would like to hold on. Boom. I want to show. So we were talking about it just a little bit ago. And like I said, XRP pump. It's coming. This is the same setup we showed last night. But this is on the 5-minute. It's not a guarantee. But the same thing we had last night, right? We pumped above the 200. We come back down to the 21. Now the 21's going to get ready to cross the 200. And that should project us into the stratosphere. And we're getting the same thing on Bitcoin. We pumped up.
Pump in.
Come back for that retest. Now the 21's getting ready to cross the 200. And we're getting ready to take off again. So that's 2 nights in a row that we've showed this same setup, and we're kind of watching it play out. It's not a guarantee that this is just going to keep going. It could roll over. Something could happen, of course. It's all about probabilities. And I'm telling you, this is like a 70, 80, 90. I don't know exactly what the probability is.
It's actually a 99% probability that it's going to go to the moon.
Yeah, there we go. 60% of the time, this is right 100% of the time.
Exactly. Also, shout out to JB because 100%, Send me a bill. Stop making me figure it out. It's
Right.
You guys already know. Like, it could just be easy. Like, think of all the things we have on our phone that are easy. Come on.
I just want one crypto tax software to solve them all.
Well, but it should be offered by the government.
Right.
You're telling me that with all the money we give them, they can't just make that software, and it should be free.
Right.
Why should we have to pay them? Or pay a third party so that we can figure out our taxes? Give it to us. What do we give you taxes for? Get out of here. You should make it easy for us to pay you our money. I mean, and then when we spend money, right? We get our paycheck. They take taxes out of that. Then we go spend money, and we pay a tax on everything we buy. So we're getting taxed twice, minimum.
Not to mention, you can buy a house, but you never really truly own it.
Nope.
Because you're going to pay property tax for the rest of your life. The government can seize it anytime they want, so.
That's what I told my parents. I was like, I hope to like just rent forever. And they were like, you don't want to own a house? I'm like, it's the same thing. You just pay slightly less rent and you forget, then it's gone.
If you guys remember, I said when we first started the show, I told you how much I loved renting. I sold my house down there, came up here, and I loved renting. But then a bunch of issues came up. John knows about them. And it's just like, I can't do anything to the house. That's what I miss. That's what I miss about owning a home, is that on the weekend, I can go out to the garage. I can build some stuff. I can, put up things. I can paint. I can modify. I can do whatever I want. That's what I miss the most. And then this BS that just came up about a month ago, that just kind of set it off for me. So
that's fair. But all right, guys, this was it. We come to you live every night, Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific time, which for me is now an hour earlier. For you guys, maybe it's an hour earlier. Who knows? Daylight savings time is a scam. I want that extra hour. I want it to stay the same. I don't want it robbed or taken away from me. Anyways.
I don't even, bro, we don't even have daylight savings in Arizona, and it F's up my entire life. Because now everybody else changes. So like when football starts, I'm 3 hours behind. And then in November, after like 5 weeks, the time changes, and then I'm 2 hours behind, or like I want to watch my favorite YouTuber to where my schedule is perfect. I get to work in the morning. I start doing stuff. I throw on AJ or Crypto Lifer or something like that. Well, now all of it's moved back an hour, so it screws up my whole schedule. So even though I don't have daylight savings, it's still a effed up situation.
100%. But thank you guys for joining us. Make sure to like, subscribe, share the stream, and we will see you guys tomorrow night. Wait, will you be on tomorrow night also or no?
Yes, I'll be here. Not until, let's see here.
You said March something. It's okay. We'll talk about it after the stream. But thank you all. We'll see you guys tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Peace.